Hey guys, Todd Helms with Eastmans Hunting Journals out here today to bring you a gear review on the brand new Leupold RX-5000 TBR rangefinder. You know, you might be like, Todd, I thought you were using an RF binocular these days. And I do. I like RF binos, especially the Leupold one, the BX4 range, but this is a brand new handheld rangefinder that has capabilities that my RF binos don't possess, guys. The 5000 number in the name, RX-5000, stands for how far away you can range large reflective objects. 5,000 yards. That's really far. The reason that Leupold wanted to develop a handheld rangefinder that had a 5,000 yard capability was so that you can capture pins with onX. That's right, guys. This is the first rangefinder to be paired with onX. You can snap ranges with this and create them as pins in your onX app on your phone. Leupold claims that I can range an animal out at 2,500 yards with the RX-5000 TBR. 2,500 yards is an awful long ways. What that does is it allows me to set a pin on that animal's location. So I had some cattle over here. We're on the edge of agricultural country and the Badlands out here, and I was able to get a realistic real-world range a couple minutes ago playing with this rangefinder at 2,150 yards on an Angus cattle over here, 2,150 yards. I moved it in, I saw a person walking a dog down a fence line, even a little bit closer. That was 2,000 yards on a human being walking a dog. If I can range a human being walking a dog at 2,000 yards, I know I can get a range on an elk or a mule deer, probably even an antelope, guys. That is incredibly far to be able to snap a range with an 8-power magnification handheld rangefinder. I've got the rangefinder mounted on the Leupold Pro Guide tripod. This rangefinder spotting scope adapter comes with the RX-5000. It's simple. It's got an ARCA rail on the bottom here. It screws right in. It was super fast, super easy. Pulling it out of here is even easier. I just turn that, slide it out, and I'm ready to go. I can take that off or I can leave it on the fly. Obviously, guys, it comes with a little holster as well right here on my bino harness. I can put it in there too, and it works great. So Leupold upgraded the engine in this rangefinder. It's 905 performance. To Leupold, that means something. To me, that just means, holy smokes, I can range a long ways away with this thing. And I got a building over here at 4,000 plus yards. I got a cow at 2,150, and I got a human being at just over 2,000. Holy smokes, that's a long ways away. I wish I could say I got a herd of elk over here or an antelope over here, but there's nothing out here at the moment other than we're being right on the edge of ag land. And it's actually really cool because it gives me a chance to test this thing out more than what I was able to do on my turkey hunt in Montana last week, where I was just using it to snap close ranges and kind of get a feel for it. All right, so the RX-5000 TBR/W has two modes that it can operate in. It has LOS or line of sight mode, and it has a long range mode. In the long range mode, when you're looking at shooting, you know, I don't know, over 2,000 yards, 1,500 yards, I'm gonna switch that thing to long range mode. And I did that here because what it does is it gives me 12,000 pulses a second. It makes it way easier for me to hone in on and get accurate ranges of small targets like an antelope, like a mule deer. 12,000 pulses a second, guys, is powerful. That is thanks to that 905 upgraded engine. It's going to allow me to get really accurate ranges on really small targets. It also comes with an app. Leupold thought, you know, if we're gonna create this high performance rangefinder, we need an app to go with it. Because as you kind of can figure out from the name, RX-5000 TBRW, TBR stands for True Ballistic Range, /W is wind. I selected group 5 because that is what matches my ballistic profile of the rifle that I set this up to use it with. What that does, guys, is it falls within a window and it's going to give me holdover, it's gonna give me dope basically, and I selected MOA. Leupold designed this to work with their CDS dial system on their scopes. So it gives you exact dial out to about 750 yards. I have my personal Leupold scope set up with the original MOA dial that comes on them. I enjoy the flexibility that that MOA dial gives me, as I can change my dope according to different load developments that I run across, and I don't have to get a new CDS dial cut every time. That's my personal choice. If you're a guy that's like, you know what, I got a 300 PRC, I shoot the Hornady Precision Hunter ammunition out of it, 212 grain bullet, I know what my ballistics are, I'm gonna cut a dial when I buy my Leupold scope, have a dial cut for that load. You can pair that in the app, you can pair this rangefinder in the app on your phone with the ballistic grouping that matches your dope or your ballistic information. And then it matches identically with the TBR readout on this, the true ballistic range / wind readout on there is going to line up perfectly with your CDS dial on your scope, and you just make the corrections. Guys, Leupold made that super simple, super easy. It's extremely well thought out. So use case for me, I'm gonna run you through a hunting style scenario that I would use this for. I'm glassing this country here behind me over my shoulder. I find a group of antelope. There's a buck in there that I'm pretty sure I want to get a closer look at. I need to cut some distance, probably going to be a shooter. I can set a pin with this rangefinder. I'm going to tripod it up just like I've got it. With the 8-power magnification that's built into this, I'm not going to have any problem dialing into that animal or some sort of feature that's really close to them. And instead of hitting the button here and possibly moving, even though it's locked down in a tripod, possibly moving the device when I click the button, I'm gonna do it remotely with my phone. There's two choices, pin next or remote fire. I'm gonna hit pin next because the next range I take after I hit pin next is going to set a waypoint on onX. It's gonna redirect me to the app. Here we go. Pin next. Remote fire. Boom. Look at that. There it is right there. When I set that range as a pin, it's going to redirect my phone app to the onX app. It's going to set that as a waypoint for me, and I can navigate using line distance tool or compass, whatever I need. I'm going to be able to navigate seamlessly to within shooting distance. Now, that is where the TBR W or TBR/W comes in with the rangefinder. I'm inside my effective range, which for me on an antelope, max is 500 yards. So I get in, I know I'm pretty close. I snap a range again now that I'm close on my target buck. Just so happens it's 463 yards. It's inside of my effective range. I'm out of cover. I have no way I can get any closer. I then look at my ballistic calculation in my phone app because I have it all pulled up and I'm working seamlessly between the RX-5000 TBR and my app, and I get a exact dial adjustment for either MOA, so we'll stick with me personally, it's gonna be an MOA come up. I make the correction on my scope and I execute a perfect double lung shot on a Boone and Crockett antelope buck. Now, you go to the mountains to hunt elk and you tip a bull over, cross canyon shot, say 500 yards, 350 yards, whatever your maximum effective range is. The last known location of the elk, he falls or runs into some heavy stuff. I need to be able to go to the exact spot he was standing to look for sign so I can start trailing this animal. By snapping a range and setting it as a pin in onX, I can navigate directly to the last known location of that animal, guys, and I can start from there. That is the beauty of all of this new technology, guys. Leupold saw this, they figured out, man, how could we put all this new tech to work? That's how they did it. I love how simple this is, but how powerful it is at the same time. Guys, If a Neanderthal like me can figure out how to use this technology and put it to use, you can too. And Leupold did that on purpose because they know if something is difficult to use, you're probably not going to use it. The majority of us will be like, nope, too complicated, not going to worry about it. But I'm telling you, the technology out there exists to make your life easier. And companies like Leupold with this setup are making it so much easier and more ethical for the recovery of game, for the navigation to down game, for the navigation for a shot opportunity, for making sure that you're being ethical and not trespassing and being able to navigate around property to a set waypoint that you set with the rangefinder. Wow, it's phenomenal. There's no more guessing. They're taking the guesswork all out of it, and it's really easy. I had the whole thing set up, ready to rock in about 10 minutes. The last thing that I want to talk about with the RX-5000 TBR/W rangefinder from Leupold is the accuracy of the compass. Leupold understood that if they were going to have a rangefinder that was this powerful with that 905 engine in it and increased range and pinning, that they probably needed to upgrade the compass, update the compass. Well, so they went back to the drawing board. They put a compass in this thing that once it's calibrated, and it'll walk you through how to calibrate the compass when you Bluetooth connect it on your phone. Once it's calibrated, guys, it has a less than 1 degree of error in the accuracy. That is incredibly accurate. Less than 1 degree. If you're off by a degree at 5,000 yards, that means you could be way over here at 5,000 yards. So that compass needs to be very, very precise. So less than 1 degree means that if I'm going to deviate at 3,000 or 2,500 yards in my navigation with the rangefinder, I'm not going to be off by that much. Now, as you know, calibrating these compasses is extremely important. It will lose calibration if it is around metal sources or any sort of magnetic field. You'll need to recalibrate it. Thankfully, it's super simple. All you gotta do is select the calibrate tab in the app and it'll give you directions, and you just do a forward tumble on the rangefinder. That's all there is to it. It's going to show you a status bar as you're doing this, and it'll go up, 75, 85, 90%. When it tells you it's done, you can stop, and it is calibrated. Not a bad idea to calibrate that thing every time you use it, every time you go in the field. It takes seconds, guys. I mean, it took me to calibrate that the first time, and a couple times I've done it since. It took me, less than 2 minutes to calibrate. All right, guys, I just ran you down through all of the features on the Leupold RX-5000 TBR/W handheld rangefinder. This thing is a game changer in the world of handheld rangefinders. Like I said, you might go, well, Todd, I've been seeing you use rangefinding binoculars the last few seasons, like the Leupold BX4 rangefinding binocular, and I love those. But guys, they don't have connection to onX. I'm always using my onX app in the field, as are most of you. Having a rangefinder that I can set pins in onX with at specified yardages simplifies everything. I would suggest, guys, that you go to a store, go to your Leupold dealer, get your hands on one of these, and don't just use it in the store. Say, hey, can I take this outside? I want to play with it a little bit. My first reaction with this was, why would I want a handheld rangefinder in the days of rangefinding binoculars? Well, it's all of the capabilities of this thing that make it desirable. Guys, so I've walked you through all of the features of the Leupold RX-5000 TBR/W handheld rangefinder. Thank you for watching this. If you have any questions, drop down, leave them in the comments. Guys, turn on your notifications bell. Just walk over and punch that thing with your little cursor mouse so you get notified every time we drop killer content like this. I love doing these gear reviews. I love helping educate you guys as to what's new out there, as to helping you not only be entertained on our YouTube channel, but more importantly, to be educated so you can be a better hunter, hopefully thanks to some of this information that we are providing. Thanks for watching, guys, and check us out on all of our social media feeds as well. Make sure you're tuning into the entire suite of Eastman's podcasts, including mine, the Wingmen podcast. You can get those anywhere you find your podcasts. And guys, until next time, we'll see you in the field.